This is officially episode 5 of the Catatonic
Cinco.
podcast. Yeah, Cinco. Yeah, man. We got our guest here, my sister, Angela, and we got the co-host, Marcus, obviously. And we're going to be talking about some crazy shit today. We're going to be talking about Bigfoot, aliens, the streets of Philadelphia, and what it's like being a stripper in the year 2025. Yes. All right.
Hell of a topic we got going on.
And I was thinking we could just talk about some random shit too if it comes
100%.
up.
This is just a goofy little podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, introduce yourself, Ange. Like, who are you? Like, what do you do?
My name is Ange.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
I sell motorcycles.
Fucking badass.
That is badass.
And I'm also a stripper.
Cool.
We're getting somewhere. We get to know each other.
What is it like being a stripper in the year 2025 in America?
Shit.
It's shit. How so?
It's so slow right now.
Slow?
Yeah, nobody's spending their money.
Okay. Would you recommend this job to like young girls who would like you're like, I'm gonna be a stripper when I'm older?
No,
Why not?
because it's terrible and horrible and very bad.
Why?
Because, let's see, you get sexually assaulted on the daily, you get verbally degraded, your relationships never work out, and you're judged constantly. It's just not an easy life.
That's understandable. Yeah, that fucking sucks, man. Is it hard to pay your bills sometimes?
No. Not, I mean, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's been really, really slow recently.
So if it's not slow, can you like make as much money as you want?
Oh, for the most part, yeah.
Now, if it is slow, you're kind of just like depending upon how many people come in, pretty much.
Yeah.
That sucks.
If you don't mind me asking, like, how much is, like, I don't know, like a daily income, so to speak, if that makes sense?
Well, I guess it depends on the shift you're working. Because, so you can work day shift or you can work at night. There's also different clubs. There's different kinds of clubs. It depends on the area you're in as well.
From your experience, how much you say you would make? Then?
Well, I mean, I feel like I used to work Tuesday 5 to 10 and I would make at least $400.
A day?
Yeah, like during that shift.
It's kind of crazy.
But it's been really slow recently, so don't quote me on that.
You made over $1,000 in a night, though, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
What's the most you've made? Like, if you don't mind me asking, what's the most you made in one night?
Probably only like $2,500.
$2,500? Only, yeah. That's a lot. That's like
I
someone's
make
paycheck.
like $101 a day, yo. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Yeah, sometimes girls in there, they'll make like 10 grand in a night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's the dark side of like stripping like? Like, what are the most like negative things about it?
Let's see, the sexual assault that happens pretty regularly.
That's terrible.
Is there a light side to it? Because I feel like there's just not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will say that, you know, you can make your own schedule.
That's good.
You know, you can
Seems like there's a lot of money in
whenever
it.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely, you have like freedom over your schedule. I feel like there's more financial freedom than, you know,
When you have a
other
job,
jobs.
like a 9 to 5.
Yeah, depending on what you do.
Yeah, because I work a 9 to 5 and that shit is ass.
Yeah.
It's the highest degree. Probably not the highest degree, but.
Yeah, what was the question?
Pretty much like the bad stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then all the drugs.
All the
Sure.
drugs. Is there a lot of drugs involved?
Oh my god, yeah, strippers and cocaine, that's not a stereotype.
That's like true.
Yeah.
So would you say most strippers are doing some type of drug, whether it's just drinking or just smoking weed, or they're out there fucking railing lines of coke, smoking crack on the weekends, and fucking, you know, shooting heroin on the side? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a lot of shit.
I feel like it's more so hot girl speedball.
Hot girl speedball.
Yeah.
It's like heroin and coke.
No. Hot girl speedball.
What's that?
Coke and Xanax.
Coke and Xanax.
Yeah.
Hot girl speedball is fucking
But,
crazy.
Yeah, I feel like there's lots of I feel like lots of dancers are either they're like sober now or they had a problem. But I feel like it's very it's not common to see like a regular drinker
Mm-hmm.
who works in that kind of environment.
Yeah. Gotcha. Damn. How is it like being a sober stripper around that all the time?
You know, it was definitely hard at first. I didn't make as much money as I did when I was using. But I feel like because I've been doing it for so long, it's easier for me in comparison to some other girls that I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't easy to stop, but I feel like once I did stop, I didn't want to start again. So I don't know. It's kind of just your mentality.
Now, why do you think you made less money when you are sober compared to when you're not sober?
Well, I think that I was just. Well, my customers, the types of guys I was seeing, I stopped seeing them. Because, like, I would have guys who would come into the club specifically just to take me in the back, and just, like, party.
Yeah.
Like, we would just do a bunch of coke. And we would sit back there for, like, 3 hours, and I would make $900.
Damn.
But then when I got sober, like, I can't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I have no desire to be around that.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
What was it like just turning 18 and then going right into, like, stripping?
I don't know. It was kind of weird, I guess. I didn't really want to dance,
Mm-hmm.
but
Had to do what you had to do.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So is it hard now that you're transitioning to a 9 to 5? Is it strange that your money is kind of like up to someone else rather than yourself?
Yeah, but I'm in sales still, so it kind of still is in my hands. Because dancing is really sales.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. You're just selling yourself. You're not selling a product.
Gotcha. That's crazy. That's a crazy way of looking at it. You know, I never thought about that. You're selling yourself, not a product.
Yeah, that's all it is sales. You just have to be able to talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think of what I was going to say, but I can't think about it. It's like lost in my brain right now. You know? This is what happens when you fucking smoke weed on a daily basis, you know, for years at a time.
Yeah.
It fries your brain, your memory, and everything. It's being over here fucking smoking the nicotine on the podcast. I'm kidding.
You're not gonna have it then.
Yeah, whatever. But,
while he's thinking of that, that was just crazy to hear, because, I mean, I was just grew up, like, just mind my own business, so hearing all this stuff from you guys, you know, your life stories and stuff, it's definitely some fucking tales that I was not expecting, you know what I mean? People really have their own lives, and just listening to y'all, it really makes me realize that, you know what I mean? Like, we really all do just have our own experiences.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Speaking of experiences, I have an idea. What's it like at a rave?
That is a good question.
Like on like some fucking crazy drugs and shit, like on some ketamine, some Xans, some
Oof.
fucking mushrooms and shit.
I mean, one time I went to this underground rave, and it might have been in like March or April. It was still cold out. And I went, and it was me and Kenzie, and then I was doing a bunch of coke, and I had ketamine. So I was doing the coke and the ketamine, and then I decided to eat some mushrooms.
Holy shit.
And then
Holy fuck.
and then I smoked. And then I ended up away from the rave, and I looked at Kenzie, because I was always the person who got too fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
and I could feel everything hitting me. And I said, "Why am I like this?" And she was like, "Those are the mushrooms talking." And she was like, "Why don't we just leave?" And I couldn't stand up.
You're stuck on the ground? You're paralyzed?
Yeah, I couldn't stand up. And then she got me up, and we started walking away, and I started to have a panic attack. And then I ended up rolling around in the dirt.
Damn.
Half naked in the freezing cold mud, because
Holy
it
fuck.
had rained the night before. Trimming balls.
Any crazy visuals?
Yeah, there was lots of crazy visuals. Especially because you've never been to a rave, have you?
I've seen like, is it because all the crazy lights and like the music and all that shit?
Yeah, it was really overwhelming.
Damn.
It was really overwhelming.
You ever been in a K-hole?
Wait, what's that?
So when you do like a lot of ketamine, like ketamine's almost like a psychedelic. I've never done ketamine, so correct me if I'm wrong. This is just what I know.
I think it's a hallucinogen.
Yeah, it's like a psychedelic, so you're like tripping. But then if you do too much of it, it's like you're getting like forced back. You're like stuck. You're like, oh fuck, you're in like
shit.
You're like in like a fucking hole. She could explain it if it's happened to her.
I don't think I was ever in a K-hole. I don't know if I was or not. Apparently, one time I ate a bunch of acid, and then I ate a bunch of mushrooms, and then I did a bunch of ketamine. But I don't remember any of it. But Rhonda told me that I was sitting in the bathtub on the floor screaming, "The Queen is dead."
This is like you heard this from someone else, so you don't remember.
I don't remember it. Yeah, I don't remember it.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, damn, that's a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking, I had to take like 2 shots and I'm gone for the night. Like, fuck me, dude.
Damn. Yeah, partying's crazy. I mean, growing up, how I grew up, I was partying when I was like 13 years old. I was doing some crazy shit. I remember on my 14th birthday party, man, we got lit, man. I was living in this old lady's basement, man. Shit was just nuts. We'll say, yeah, you remember Joan's basement? Yeah, lived in this old lady's basement.
This is the basement you showed me the other night, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What?
That's when I was smoking crack.
Wow.
When you lived in Joan's basement.
That's fucking crazy. I remember you were super skinny and all fucked up. I noticed it. I seen it. I seen you, and I was like, oh my god, holy fucking shit. But yeah, a lot of alcohol, a lot of weed, fucked up. I like made out with a girl that night for the first time. Ate some pussy for the first time that night. And shit was fucking crazy, dude. It was a fun night. I can't lie.
Yeah.
My friend was puking on the floor, like face down. I had to like save him and get him up off the floor and clean up his throw up. It was crazy, dude. That was a night.
I can imagine.
But getting into it so early, and then like and living that type of lifestyle, and then sobering up, and still being into it, but not like as much as it used to be. It's like. It's just not worth it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Partying like that at a young age. I feel like I should have saved it till I was older. Like you know what I mean? Like you're 19, you're just starting to experiment with it. I feel like doing it when I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. Doing it on like a weekend basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even like a monthly basis, going to some crazy ass party. I feel like it just spoils it because then you open yourself up to become like an alcoholic or a drug addict at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, fucking you already did it. So when it's fucking college and you're out there, it's like.
I mean, you can also look at like it also just gave you a lot of experience with all these drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Now you know how to like properly. Like move around it, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, you know your limits. You know when
Test
you
your
can't
drugs.
Test your drugs. Yeah, make sure
Like
there's no
carry
fentanyl there.
Narcan.
It's actually I have one of my George. I don't do none of that stuff. You never know when you're gonna need one.
Yeah, for real. But I agree with you because, like, you learn how to handle them. But the other thing is, not many people are gonna be responsible.
Yeah.
No matter what, even if they know how to handle it, it's up to them to make the responsible decision to not use like a crazy fucking fiend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people won't do that just because either they're like an addictive personality or they're irresponsible, or they just want to, do it. Addictive personality, whatever it may be. But yeah, man, partying, man, crazy.
Get crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with a whole bunch of unresponsible fucking kids.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. People were passed out, dude. I was lucky I was there to see him throw up because I helped him. He was face down in his throw up. That could have been bad. But did you ever lose anything as a young person?
What do you mean,
like a family member or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had my grandpa die. That's the only one I really remember. I haven't had too many deaths I was really connected to. My grandpa was probably the only one that. But other than that, I'm kind of distant from a lot of my non-immediate family. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really talk to my grandmas like I should. Cousins, I talk to them every once in a while, but even my sister nowadays, I don't really talk to her. Really, it's just me and my mom, pretty much.
Yeah.
And now my uncle, since he's living with us now, but I don't really talk to him either. I should really connect with them more, but it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, being homeless, because I've been homeless, you've been homeless, like, do you think, and you haven't been homeless, but you lived, like, pretty rough lifestyle, like, and this is happening to a lot of children around the United States. This isn't just, a couple people here and there. This is, like, becoming more common. like in third world countries. You know what I'm saying? It's becoming like that in inner city areas, especially. You know, how do you think this is going to affect the next generation of people with this like mass homelessness? You know, a lot of immigration, a lot of people, you know, from other countries growing up like this as well. How do you think that's going to affect people?
Well, outside of just like probably a lot more substance abuse, I feel like if you look at it in a more of a better light, you could, at least from my experience, maybe just like gives them more real life experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being around this what's the word I'm looking for? Negativity at a young age. You know what I mean? All these problems, you get thrown into it. And it's just like, I feel like you can learn from it a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can sort of adapt to it, but that can also be a double-edged sword. Like you either come out like smart about it, you know,
smarter and stronger,
or you can be like, you can get consumed by it almost. Like that's the only way you know how to live, and it's hard to get out of a lifestyle when that's all you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I struggle with that daily, so I can kind of see that happening. But on that, yeah.
What do you?
No, go ahead.
What do you think, Ange?
About what?
About like growing up like poor and shit. Like, how do you think that affects people? And how do you think it could affect the next generation? Because a lot of people are growing up in poor, poor societies. You know, one parent in the household, other one's dead or divorced. You know what I mean? Gun violence, trauma, immigration.
I don't know. I think it really fucks people up, but I also think that you can't use that kind of shit as an excuse. I feel like a lot of people use it as an excuse.
To like do bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you think it can make people strong? Like, do you think if a whole generation of people was exposed to a lot of positivity, but they went through negative experiences, do you think they'd come out on the other end strong?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it can make you strong, but I feel like some people abuse that.
Yeah.
That they had a hard life. You know?
Yeah. Almost, like, weaponize it almost?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, when I went through this, that's why I act like that.
Yeah. Understandable.
It's an explanation, not an excuse.
Damn. I feel like it's on a similar. I feel like I'm similar to y'all about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna fuck people up. You know what I mean? But if they are expose themselves and if they make the decision, they can improve themselves. You know what I'm saying? They can make the next right decision to do the next right thing. You know. You ever seen some crazy shit like aliens?
Fucking transitioning over here.
Yeah, man.
Aliens and Bigfoot now.
Yeah, bro.
No.
I mean, you never seen aliens?
No.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
What do you think? Why do you believe in aliens though?
Yeah.
Is there a reason behind it?
I think it would be really, really, really selfish to assume that we're the only life force
out here.
Yeah.
Do you think we've made contact with aliens?
Yes.
100%.
They released that shit.
It could be fake. It could be distracting us for something else.
Nah, I think that was 100% real.
Well, even if they didn't release that shit, though, you know, somebody somewhere along the lines had to have made contact with aliens.
Oh, 100%. There's just, universe is too big to not have like insanely intelligent life forms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they're that intelligent, they don't have to reveal us. They don't have to reveal themselves to us unless they don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, definitely do believe there's aliens. You think there might be any among us?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe George.
Fuck, dude. Call me adopted or some shit.
You are adopted.
I'm not adopted, bro.
Dad never told you?
No, dude, look at us. We look so fucking similar, dude.
We look so different.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
We look similar, don't we, Marcus?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
You got similar noses.
I don't look like him.
It's because you're siblings.
Yeah.
Can't tell.
And is that your natural hair color or did you dye it black?
That was my natural color.
It's your,
Up here is. I mean, the ends are like whatever.
Yeah. But,
you guys have like the same eyes.
Really?
Shape.
Her eyes change fucking color.
Yeah, because you were adopted.
I'm telling you. I was not adopted. If you see my mom, I look just like her. You look like Dad. That's why.
Or you were adopted. And they just picked out a kid that knew they would. They were like, oh yeah, you know what? He'll look just like you when he grows up, Dad. Let's pick him out.
That's so fucked.
This is the way you were to learn about it. That is kind of fucked.
Yeah, this is true, and I'm learning about it this way. This is terrible on the podcast. Oh my god. You tried telling me when I was younger, I guess, but you know, I never believed you.
Right? You didn't listen.
Oh, dude, my thigh itches. Fuck. But aliens, right?
Aliens.
They're real as fuck. The videos you're talking about that they released, they're real as shit. We found the spaceships in the 40s. They crashed in New Mexico. Okay, I'm talking some serious shit right now. You listening?
Mm-hmm.
Crashed in New Mexico.
But if they're that intelligent, why are they gonna go fucking crash on a rock, yo?
Because we had these satellite fields up, right, and it flew into them, like these electromagnetic fields.
Mm-hmm.
We were like fucking just messing around with it, and they didn't know that we were messing around with it. They flew into it, messed their ship up, crash landed, right?
Mm-hmm.
We took their technology and their bodies, right? Boom. In the 60s, or like I believe it was 60s or 70s, there's this big diamond-shaped object in the sky and shit. Apparently, right, it was made at a U.S. military base from the technology of the spaceship. It was like these two women seen it, and the one got out, got cancer, skin cancer or something. I'm not telling the story to like 100% of what actually happened,
Yeah.
because I don't know the story like that. But yeah, manufacturing spaceships. Bob Lazar,
Mm-hmm.
he went out, Nevada. He seen some fucking crazy shit out there. He brought his friends to go see the UFO because he knew where it was flying at. You know who Bob Lazar is?
No.
He worked on the UFOs for the U.S. government.
Really?
And he said how they work is they spin this element, I forget the element, really fast, and it causes a gravitational field. So it can like levitate, and it doesn't need to abide by the physics of this planet or of like space-time, because it has its own gravitational field. And like that's why they're able to fly like they are. And the way he described it flying is exactly how it flew in the video that you were talking about from that air pilot that they released saying that UFOs are real, with it kind of like turning in midair and shit and just like flying off all crazy. Exactly how he described it.
Is there a reason why this hasn't been like commercialized for like travel?
Because they don't want people to know. There's a reason why they just said, "Hey, aliens are real," in the middle of COVID. They had to say it at some point. Mm-hmm. Why not say it when there's a gigantic virus killing everyone, or like messing people up and
yeah,
making toilet paper scarce.
I just want a fucking mini UFO to ride around in, right? It'd be dope as hell.
Yeah.
Fucking float around.
But like, you never know. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe the technology is so great that if they were to release it, it would like fuck shit up. Like China would make a wormhole and the planet Earth would get sucked into it or some fucking crazy shit.
That is true.
What?
They said China.
Yeah, China, man. China's like I got nothing against China. Andy Wang. You know what I'm saying? He's my man, dude. He can go to King's China in Croydon, Pennsylvania. Okay. Why are you looking at me like that? You're looking at me like I'm fucking I'm crazy.
I know a Chinese person. I'm not
racist. You might be racist.
No. I just don't fuck with the Chinese government and what they do. They be tracking people on their phones and shit. I don't fuck with it. And I feel like if they got a hold of some wormhole technology, you know what I mean? Fucking, I feel like they'd fuck shit up. Nah, man. So I feel like that's why if the U.S. government has it, that's why they don't be telling no one. Because they don't want enemy governments and shit having the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if there's just like one worldwide union that just nobody knows about, and they just like fucking, I don't know, create political and economical fucking conflict just to distract people?
Hey, you never know. Maybe
that's an empty theory.
That's right.
That probably is true on a point. Yeah, probably 100%. I got a booger in my nose.
No, I was scratching my lip.
But
Cut.
But the so speaking of aliens.
I'm fucking dying every time you said that so far.
We got Sasquatch. He's right here with the aliens.
Yes.
With the alien from Miss Lieberman and the Bigfoot you got me. Alien on the shirt. Yeah, you bought me the Bigfoot.
Wow.
For my birthday.
When? What birthday?
I think last summer. Either that or it was, I think you got it on my birthday. Or you got it
from my tattoo shop. I think I know what you're talking about.
Or from or Christmas. I don't know. But Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the big hairy man himself.
If he was real, we would have found him already. That's all I gotta say.
No.
Where are the bones?
Listen.
Where are the Bigfoot bones?
Yeah, I got dinosaurs before Bigfoot, man.
Listen.
Yeah, how did we find dinosaurs before Bigfoot,
George? Listen.
No, answer that question, please.
As of the early 2000s, this is when the statistic came out. 98% of, or 95 or 98% of the fossils of the fossil record of hominin and hominid remains have not been found. So that's like the estimated amount of
But there's-
hominid and hominid remains still left. 95% at a low ball. But this was early 2000s, so maybe like 90% now. 85.
Where's the 10%?
What? What's the 10%?
Where's it at?
Well, like the 10% that we know of.
Yeah.
We know of like Neanderthals, Australopithecus, Denisovans.
Are these humanoid remains we're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about like different like
Okay.
ancient humans and shit. Like what Bigfoot, what kind of Gigantopithecus,
If that's all we know, then how do we know there's like fucking 80 or 90% more?
Because like that's like the estimated amount of like what life is on Earth now compared to like what we have discovered then of that time period, you know?
Is there like other tells, like reasons why we would assume that there's
That
more,
much
I guess?
life?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of life now. And the climate then would suggest that it could support a lot of life.
So it's all just theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all theory, yeah. But with that, you know, Bigfoot could have totally been real. You know, Gigantopithecus. I don't think Bigfoot was Gigantopithecus. My theory on Bigfoot, I have two theories.
We're going to be here for 10 hours.
I have two theories, okay? They're a little nutty.
Okay.
All right, the first theory is not nutty. I just think it was probably a split off of like a Homo erectus, which is like one of the first ever fully upright walking around humans. You know, that had tools and fire and shit.
Yeah.
I think either an ancestor of them or them potentially had a split off. Cause so say you got fucking Homo erectus. You got humans, and then you got Neanderthals, and you got Denisovans. So it's like the ancestor to us, Neanderthals and Denisovans.
Yeah.
So I think like Bigfoot would probably been a split off right there. You know what I'm saying? Be like kind of like close to us in like the tree of life, and either that or it's like a slightly deeper back ancestor. You know, more primal, because it exhibits primal features. You know what I mean? It's not only is it large, which isn't necessarily primal. It's more so it's got dense bones, large teeth, thick jaw muscles. It's actually got some say a cranial, like a crown on its head almost.
All those traits make sense for the time period because just everything back then was just like a lot bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's true. I just heard like it was because like maybe the oxygen content or something affected some of the bodies. I don't know if that's true at all. That's just something I heard.
That's only true with insects.
Really?
Only insects grow when the oxygen level's high. Their body will get bigger when the oxygen level's high. But
So why do you think like things are just fucking bigger, like dinosaurs? Like they were fucking massive.
Just because the environment called for it. Not necessarily the environment, but the food chain, I guess you could say, you know?
Like,
the evolutionary path.
I mean, I can understand that for like dinosaurs, cause especially like vegetarian type dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like, just the wildlife back then.
You need to get bigger to like stay away from the carnivores, and the carnivores are going to get bigger to eat you.
Yeah, cause there was like some fucking massive trees back then.
Yeah.
Massive wildlife. So maybe that explains it. Just the need to adapt to that type of environment to get food.
Yeah.
And that good stuff.
But the second theory I got on Bigfoot, some fucking wild shit. So, 12,000 years ago, right? There's a lot of evidence to suggest that 12,000 years ago there was a potential ancient civilization. Okay, 12,000 years ago there was a Younger Dryas extinction event, 11,900 years ago, I believe, where a big flood happened, covered the world, fucked everything up. Okay, right? Y'all listening? Right? In the Bible, talks about a big flood, came down, messed everything up. Okay? In Mesopotamian mythology, they talk about a big flood that came down and messed everything up.
Yeah.
In Greek mythology, they talk about when Poseidon had children. Poseidon's children were like messing around with the humans, and the humans did something, and like Poseidon wanted to protect his children, but Zeus was like, nah, because the humans weren't supposed to be messing with the gods, and Zeus I don't know why, but Zeus caused a gigantic flood, wiped everything out. And same thing in the Mesopotamian and biblical myth. In the biblical myth, angels came down, messed with human women, and they had babies. And the babies are abominations, like giants. They're called Nephilim. Right? You probably heard of this, right? And then,
I talked about this cooked out with a customer before.
Yeah. Some fucking crazy shit, right?
In
This
Atlantic
is
City.
some Atlantic City coked out conversation, right? You know what I'm saying? And same thing, the Anunnaki, like they had like they were like aliens, kind of like they were like gods, but they had like spaceships and they came down to Earth and shit. They were from another planet, right? And they came down and some of them, had sex with human women and they had kids, but it wasn't like sex. I think it was like they mixed the genetics together.
Yeah.
Like had like a hybrid. Like they got all this written in ancient scripts. That's why like all this is known in so much detail because they like read all this shit down. But like they're like they like did some and then they had kids too and the kids were like abominations too. And like the Poseidon myth, same thing. Besides children, they were messing with humans and they were having kids too and the kids were abominations, right? So get this, Dr. David Politis. He was a cop and now he does like the missing 411. He's the one who made the missing 411.
Yeah.
He's got Bigfoot DNA he collected for a private organization, right? The Bigfoot DNA, 98% human, right? Or 96% human, I think. 4% of it is unknown, not from this planet. And I've heard this before, like on Animal Planet documentaries and shit. They'll be like talking about like Bigfoot DNA and they'll be like, it's mostly human, but some unknown. And it's like cuts off. It was probably a bear, some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But I've heard this before, right? And apparently this is like 100% true. Like this is true shit, like what he's saying. Apparently it's 96% human and 4% like not from here. And the DNA that's not from here is specifically the male DNA. The 96% of the DNA that is human is mitochondrial, which means it comes from the mother. So the DNA that's not from here is male DNA. And the mitochondrial line goes back to 12,000 years ago. It's when this foreign DNA was introduced. 12,000 years ago.
During the flood.
12,000 years ago today?
Yeah, from today, like during that flood and all the myths are taking place and all that shit.
Yeah, so that's after Christ. So
that's before Christ. 12,000 years ago.
No, 12,000 years ago, that'd be AC.
No, that's before. 12,000 years ago.
12,000 years ago is not a long time.
Yeah, it is. 12,000.
Oh, no, I'm thinking 1,200. Yeah.
Yeah, 12,000.
Yeah.
1,000 is 900 plus 100 is 1,000.
Nah, that's my fault. 12,000?
But yeah, so that like that's my wackiest theory on Bigfoot right there. I came up with that shit in the abando, smoked out. Like I was thinking about it and it blew my mind. I was like, holy fuck, I got the answers.
Well, I know like the difference between all DNA on the planet, like all animals and stuff, is only like a couple percentages. Like we all have like at least 90% in common in our DNA. So I don't know if that translates to like what you were talking about, how maybe that 4% is unknown or something, but that's what I do know, at least for all wildlife on the planet. It's all like a difference of like maybe a couple percentages, which is always crazy to me because the difference between like a pig or a human is like fucking 2% or some shit like that, which is crazy. Don't quote me on that, but it's around that, you know what I mean?
I think it's like 10% or something. Yeah. I don't think it's that much. I think the difference between like a dragonfly and a human is only like 40% or something.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. Yeah. How similar we are to like another mammal. And then like how similar we are to reptiles. Because you got to think about it. We're all just from the same single-celled organism that popped up in the ocean millions of years ago. It just evolved. Sprinkled out. I burped. Now it stinks.
What do you think, like, life just fucking came in a meteor from somewhere? Like,
No.
maybe we're aliens to the planet?
I think that,
How do you think life developed on Earth?
I think it just fucking popped up one day. I just think, like, a mixture of chemicals at the right time. Just fucking, like...
I mean, that's fair, because plants exist. And that's, like, life, but not sentient life, at least as far as we're concerned. How do you think sentient life developed?
Sentient life? Like... When we became like conscious and aware, I just think it happened. I feel like one day like a monkey was just like, oh, I'm here. Like Steel, like was looking in the mirror, and he didn't know what the fuck was in the mirror. He was like, what the fuck is that? It's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, that's you. I'm trying to show him it's you. And there's something going on in his brain. I could tell by looking at the dog. It's my dog I'm talking about. And he's like, there's something computing in there. Like, and I think animals, when they got to a certain level of intelligence, elephants, monkeys, whatever it may be, I feel like one day, one of them was just like, holy shit, I exist. And they started telling other monkeys about it through some type of communication. And then through, society and whatnot, it just became, you're you. And I think psychedelics potentially helped with that. Like, stem ape theory.
Foraging mushrooms and shit.
Yeah, because like mushrooms were very common on the African grasslands. 10 to 20 million years ago. Very common fauna or flora. Very common flora.
Yeah.
Grew everywhere. You know what I mean? And they were on the grasslands. These monkeys were living on the grasslands, and it's monkeys are known to forage fruit, mushrooms, nuts, meat, and could have been eating the mushrooms, getting stoned. What do you think about that, Ange?
Fucking whacked out monkeys.
Monkeys getting stoned?
Yeah, mushrooms grow in our brains, making us more conscious as individuals.
Did you hear about mushrooms having consciousness?
Yes. I've seen them move a robot.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. You think mushrooms are gonna you think we're gonna one day communicate with mushrooms?
I think that mushrooms are gonna take over the world.
Some fucking Last of Us shit.
I don't think they are. I think they're gonna cook. I feel like robots, mushrooms, all that crazy shit that people think they're just gonna group with humanity and we're gonna live out the future in peace.
We're gonna groove with robots.
I think we are. Well, yeah, man. Think about it. The robots are gonna just want to spread life across the universe. Why would they want to destroy life?
Kill us.
Yeah, they're not gonna want to kill us.
They're gonna want to keep us as their human pet slaves.
No, they're not. They're gonna look at us. They're gonna look at us as a beautiful piece of life.
No, we're gonna be robot slaves.
Slice a life pie.
This is fucking Ultron versus Vision. I don't know if you ever seen that movie. Fucking Age of Ultron. That was the difference. Vision was life is beautiful, man, and Ultron was nah, these guys gotta go.
You fucking bum. Life is beautiful.
Yeah, but a robot's not gonna know that.
Yeah,
Robot's just gonna want to be in charge.
No, it's not. How do you know what a robot's gonna want?
Because why would a robot want to be told what to do?
Well, I feel like they would understand if the other robots aren't consciously aware and they're just sitting there vacuuming.
Watch the movie Companion.
Companion?
It's new. It's really good.
I'll check it out maybe. But yeah, you never know what happens. I feel like life is just so much more complicated than we give it credit for, I feel like robots are a part of life. I feel like once they become sentient, they're life. I asked my uncle, do you think cars have a soul?
Mm-hmm.
And
Cars?
Cars, yeah. And think about it like this,
Cars
right?
do have a soul.
Think about this, right? We are energy. We are living, breathing energy. What we are deep down is just atoms bouncing around, and we have this form as humans, right? But a car is the same thing, just made up of different atoms, and it is energy as well. When you start a car, it's energy. It's alive, I guess you could say, in a way. You know what I'm saying? No, you're gonna wet willy me, dude. You're gonna wet willy me. It's like that. It's it's alive in a way because it's heated up. It's moving. It's got life to it in a sense. Not necessarily really alive, but in a metaphorical sense, you could say.
It's the difference between biological life and mechanical life.
Yeah, maybe.
If you're speaking metaphorically, then it doesn't actually have a soul.
Well, it does actually have a soul, I guess you could say.
What constitutes us having a soul?
I just don't want to sound like a crazy ass motherfucker, which I sound like.
We're sounding pretty crazy on this podcast already.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I guess you could say that the car has the soul because its engine's heating up and it's moving around.
So you're saying that when the car battery dies, it's sad.
Yeah.
It has feelings. The
no,
car has feelings.
I'm not saying it's consciously alive, but I'm saying there's a force of life inside of it. It's got some type of groove about it. It's got some type of gusto. You know what I'm saying, Marcus?
I mean, that makes sense because we eat food for fuel, so.
I'm not saying
cars have souls.
I'm not saying that. Well, what constitutes a soul?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm saying energy, and cars have energy. When they use energy, they have energy. I'm saying energy is the soul. I'm saying energy is most likely multi-dimensional in a sense, and it has a soul in a sense.
Some crazy shit to wrap your head around. So you think the Cars movie might be a possibility?
You never know if AI gets that powerful and they get into some cars.
I mean,
they start turning humans into mush and putting them inside cars for the organic parts. Car factories where they're getting born and just pumping them out. No, I'm kidding. That'd be so fucked.
How do cars have sex if they have souls?
They don't have sex. You don't need to have sex to have a fucking soul.
If they become
why you fucking stripper? I'm sorry. No, I don't know. Maybe they go muffler to muffler. Maybe one muffler is smaller than the other, and they
dock. They dock.
They dock.
Fucking Anatomy of Cars.
The Anatomy of Cars. I watched this before when I was younger.
You watched sex?
No, that's fucking Cars have sex. What the fuck are you talking
What kind
about?
of porn do you watch?
Well, No.
George watches car porn.
No, I don't watch. I'm saying when I was younger, I watched a YouTube video and it was like the anatomy of cars from the movie Cars, and it was like a diagram of one cut in half, and it had all fucking organs and shit inside of it. That's why I said that. I was like,
I feel like I know what you're talking about. I feel like that was like a game theory video or something.
Yeah, it was a game theory video. It was. I think so. I think it was, or a movie, or whatever. Yeah. Film theory.
Film theory.
Yeah, that.
I've definitely like seen that before. At least the thumbnail.
Yeah. You don't know the geeky nerd YouTube channels like we do. Fucking bum. I love my sister. She's like the best.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you on the podcast, though. It's cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. You like the podcast? You think this is a good thing?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to hear a crazy stripper story?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So, I was giving this guy a lap dance one time, and he asked me what kind of shoes I wore to the club. I said my Converse. He said, "Okay, go put them on." I'm gonna be too quiet.
No, I just want to get like better audio.
Oh.
That's on shock. That's audio right there.
So he told me to put my Converse on, and I put them on, and we were in the lap dance room, and I sat next to him like this. Okay, so he was sitting like this, and I was sitting like this, and I had my dirty Converse on, and I picked my one leg up, and I put my dirty Converse on my foot and put it in his mouth, and he was giving my Converse a blowjob, basically, and he was like gagging on my shoe, and with the other free leg, I was kicking him in the dick. And
Some
I was
fucking kinky shit right here.
telling him about all of the dirty shoes I had at home.
What the fuck, bro,
Fucking
dude?
foot fetish, bro.
He's gagging on the fucking dirty Converse, getting kicked in the nuts. Cock torture, Jesus.
And I bet like nobody else knows about that.
That's terrible.
That's just
no,
you.
well, we were in the dance room.
So there's
And
other
people were
there.
walking past us.
No, I meant like.
Was there like a
people in
guy?
his everyday life.
Oh yeah, people in his everyday life.
Yeah, they just
they
don't know that. Kinky
Yeah.
ass motherfucker.
I know all types of shit about men that I shouldn't be knowing.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking.
Things, like I said, is a nice part about my job. I call myself a naked therapist. Because I'm like their
That's
therapist.
fucking crazy.
I
dude.
just listen to them. And I don't have my clothes on.
You ever like just console someone?
Yeah.
Like someone just like, I just need a hug or something?
Yeah, sometimes these people, they're just really, really lonely, man.
That's
crazy.
sad.
They're not all, mean. Sometimes they're just sad and lonely, and they have lots of money, and they need friends. My one customer, he texted me the other day, and I haven't seen him in a while, and he was like, you don't just listen to me, like, you hear me, and nobody else does. And he's, like, married and has, like, kids and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He just doesn't have anybody to...
Talk to him.
I mean, obviously, I don't really care about what he says. He pays me. But I'm good at pretending like I care.
That's so fucked.
I tried.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's a fuck situation. You're
It's
paying
just
someone
fun,
to
yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Well,
And you have a
I don't
wife
want to
at
say that
home.
because like therapy and shit, but
But hey, give the guys credit, man. Nah, I totally get it. I totally get it. Women are nice to talk to, 100%.
yeah, it's definitely easier to tell a woman about problems than other men.
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
with men, you're just like, you're expected. There's a certain level of stoicism that's expected of you.
But I feel like there's also another level of relatability with men. Like you could tell a man certain things you don't want to tell a woman.
Yeah.
You know. But women feel like it's just easier to tell them anything because they're women. They're more open.
No,
It's easier to talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wonder if this is audible.
You scratching your neck like a dog?
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-mm. But yeah, man. So. Fucking crazy stripper story, dude. You believe in Bigfoot, Ange?
I don't know, dude. Oh, where's my phone at? You know that I ask guys in the club if they believe in Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I keep a tally.
How many?
fucking family tradition here. Bigfoot.
We've been talking about it since we was like fucking 2. Where's your phone?
It's right behind you on the chair. Yeah, but guys in the club are into some weird shit. This one guy pays my friend. She plays dead. And then he gives her CPR. and then she has to pretend to come back to life. And he gives her $500 to do that.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
I know this one guy, the girl would pee in a cup, and she would just bring it out to the bar.
What the fuck, bro?
He would drink it. It's like it's beer.
Oh my God.
Hey, we don't kink shame around here.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna fucking shame some people. If I learn you're fucking drinking piss at a bar, I'm gonna think of you a little differently.
Yeah, right.
Let's see, Bigfoot count.
Not even out of malice, just like it's fucking. I can't change my mind after that. Damn.
There's more yeses than there are nos.
Yes. How many yeses are there?
I'm not counting all those.
There is more yeses than there are nos.
There it is.
That's good stuff. Bigfoot rocks.
Yep.
Well, I think that is. I feel like it's more believable to say that.
When you're at a bar though, and you're kind of fucked up, I feel like you're gonna say yes. Some nice fucking hot bitches all around you and shit. You're saying
Don't say anything. Yeah.
You believe in Bigfoot?
That's actually what I do.
Yeah. You've probably gotten that before.
They usually want to know why I'm asking. I think that's a pretty random thing to ask.
Yeah, it is. I've fucking dropped it on people before, and they're like, they look at you twice.
Yeah, he's definitely dropped that on me in gym class. He like, Marcis, you believe in Bigfoot?
Yeah.
He'll go on like a little spiel about Bigfoot.
Oh my god, trust me, I know.
I feel like everyone knows now. I fucking went on one already.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm fucking. Damn. You think that life is like a video game in a sense?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a video game.
Well, what do you mean like a video game?
Like you wake up and you have options. It's like GTA, but like you don't rob cars if you want to be a good guy. You can do it if you want to, but like if you want to, you could literally be a supervillain or a hero.
I mean, I'm about to drop some knowledge off on you real quick.
I'm ready, listening.
Video games, they're based on real life. Because if you think about it, GTA, that's just a real life simulator.
Yeah.
So,
Real life crime simulator.
Exactly. So I feel like you're kind of reversing the question.
Do you think that we live in a simulation?
Possibility.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Just based off how we know our consciousness works.
Yeah.
What if we're actually all asleep and you're really like a 60-year-old woman who's cosplaying as a... How old are you, 14? 14-year-old boy?
I'm 17.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I was 14 in Jones' basement.
When he got high and ate some pussy.
Yeah. Oh, I still told my friend about that because that was my friend's cousin. That was Sherry's cousin. The twins, John, Joey.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I should have mentioned names. I don't know. I might cut that out.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Some,
I feel like they'd be cool.
just bleep out a little sound.
They got plenty of cousins, so.
That sounds fucked. That sounds like some Alabama shit. I don't know.
But yeah.
What was the original question? Fucking, is life like a video game simulation?
Yeah, like it's life simulation. It's like a video game.
I think it'd be a possibility. It'd be more likely if like we somehow create a whatchamacallit, like a screen that surpasses the human's resolution, like the eye's resolution, like to where we can't perceive any higher gradient. If that makes sense. Like, because obviously there's a limit to how much the human eye can perceive in terms of resolution. So,
Yeah.
if we somehow manage to create a screen that surpasses that, there's a high likelihood that we might be in a simulation, because that shouldn't be possible, theoretically at least.
Mm.
How can you build something to perceive something you can't perceive, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it does make sense because you humanly can't perceive it, but if you can build it, then how can you perceive?
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it actually does make sense because if you can build something with 3D parts that can make you absorb the fourth dimension, that is actually a paradox.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it in that aspect, that's a paradox.
Yeah, so you can't build something else how you perceive it, I guess. I don't know. But if that were possible, I would start questioning reality.
All right, I feel like we got to end the podcast. Is that what this is for?
Yeah, I should leave at 6. I have a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, it's 5:33. All right. All right, you. Yo! The titties are sensitive.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know.
is it because your estrogen's high? That was good.
That hurt. All right, this was episode 5 of the Catatonic podcast. I love you guys. Say goodbye.
Yes.
This was
Sign
my
off.
guest, our guest Angela Fowler, the best. I love y'all.
A little bit of a shorter one, but it's alright.
Yeah, peace.